Welcome back, everyone, to another Spot On Chat. I'm Rebecca Monet with Zorakle Profiles. We provide profiling tools for franchisors and for franchise brokers that help facilitate a right fit between a prospective franchisee and a franchisor. Talking about franchisors, I have with me Scott Sharkey. Thanks for coming back, Scott. I
And
really appreciate it.
my pleasure.
So I am loving our conversation, and those of you that haven't listened to our last Spot On Chat with Scott, you got to listen to his story about a crazy birthday party they had.
Yeah.
So, but right now I want to talk about the what ifs in life, or if onlys in life. So when you look back or you look forward, do you have any what if that or this other thing had been different, or if only kind of thoughts, what the future might look like if only? So talk to me about your what ifs or if onlys.
Ooh, what ifs? I don't have that many what ifs from yesteryear or back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably have a few things in the closet, like some of them. Nothing major, things I would have done differently in life
Mm-hmm.
back in my 20s and so on, in my family business with the family. But really nothing out of the ordinary other than just growing up and learning from people and so on.
Yeah.
I will say that growing up in a family business and not having a lot of control, because my brother and I were the young ones in the business, was uncles and a grandfather for a period of time till he passed on, and uncles and my dad. So, growing up and kind of being the babies in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were in the barcoding business. Our family was one of the inventors of the printing of the barcodes, the black and white lines that you see on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Similar to my shirt today, these barcodes,
A
right?
little bit. Yeah. So, we had a couple of big competitors called Sony and NCR, and you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
figure out what happened. But anyway, so I learned a lot. I learned a lot from family. I learned, I don't know, I just learned you have to have big ears in life and ask a lot of questions. Ask a lot of questions. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you learn. If you don't ask, you don't learn. So what ifs? I don't know. I guess, if when I transitioned from Chemicraft International, which was our barcoding company or manufacturer in Manhattan, and transitioned into Sharkey's, it would have been a little different if some of my family members probably came along with me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that. And that's where it got a little, it got a little bumpy. But I think, if I didn't make the move and do the necessary things, because I was married, I just gotten married a few years prior, and my oldest was born, Julia. And, no what ifs, but I would have done things a little different during the transition stage. But,
Yeah.
but no regrets about anything, nothing whatsoever, nothing.
What a wonderful way to live life, having no regrets. But you're right. You're so family oriented. We talked about that in another session. And you were in this family business for a period of time with your brothers and cousins and parents and grandfather. And then you chose to do something on your own, right? Do this whole new, completely different thing, Sharky's Cuts for Kids. It is a break. I mean, it's an unusual break to do that, not on your own, with Linda, of course, but without the rest of the family. Um, so it sounds like you do have some, well, I probably could have done this a little different, or I probably could have
Absolutely.
done that a little bit different. But
You're never too old to learn. And and it's, I don't know, you can sit back and say, what are you learning today? But my dad's 86, my mom's 82. Of course, I haven't seen them in 2 months, but we know why.
oh
And
no.
but you know what? I still speak to them almost every day. My dad calls me, what's going on? What's going on in business? And there's still things that come out of them that they're not going to be here every day, and they're still sane. They're still healthy. They still drive and do their
Mm-hmm.
stuff every day. But there's going to come a point in time very soon where they kind of don't make sense. The conversations are
Mm-hmm.
done, and I know that. So I'm still extrapolating stuff from them, and it's mostly family stuff. I'm not getting really any business advice, but family stuff gives you a healthy business. As an owner, as an
Mm-hmm.
owner. I'm not talking as in life as a husband, because we talked about that already. And absolutely, you know,
Absolutely.
but it's got me where I am. My parents are it, and just
Mm-hmm.
are to this day. And you have parents that are 85 and you're 55. Well, I've never been 56 to 85. So I
Right.
don't know what's ahead of me in those years and how my head's going to change, and putting the business on the side. Business is business. Money's money. I'm not talking about that. But they've been 56 to 82 and
Yeah.
80. I haven't.
Yeah.
So I need that coaching, and I like it. Yeah, we all say, "Hey, your parents are old; they know nothing." What do they
Mm-hmm.
know? But you know what? That's not true, because there's going to come a point in time in your life where you need guidance, whether it's through somebody getting sick, somebody passing away,
Mm-hmm.
challenges.
Right.
So it's nice for me.
I
No,
like I
I
like how you put that. I like how you put that we should forever be asking questions and forever learning, and having people older than us, younger than us, we can learn from those. It's interesting because my parents are just a little bit older than your parents. And I remember my mom saying a few years ago, because she is the world's most tactful person, and I consider myself to be similar. I'm good at editing what comes out of my mouth and being tactful and thoughtful and kind, and all of those things comes from being a missionary's daughter, right? And there was a point in her life where she said, at a certain age, you can say whatever's on your mind. And I'm like, no way, that's not possible. We always got to be careful what comes out of the mouth. And then about 2 years ago, I started to experience that, where I'm like, I'm short on time. I don't have time to patty cake through this conversation. So I'm going to share what's on my mind or what my opinion is on that. And my granddaughter says, Grandma, wow, you sure have become opinionated recently. I said,
yeah,
oh, no, no, no. I've always been opinionated. I've always had my own mind, but I've been very careful about editing it as it came out. And now I only got so much time to teach you what you need to learn to survive
yeah,
in this life, you know,
yeah,
kind of thing. And so I agree. I think the elders can teach us. It may not be around business anymore, but it'll be on other topics, like you said, family and death and health and parenting and all of those things our elders can teach us.
yeah. And again, maybe it is a little bit of an age thing, but I don't know, my wife and even my kids a little bit, because they're home now. But I don't know, I'm very focused. I'm very. I mean, they could all be tall. I could be at the kitchen table. They're all talking to me, and I don't hear a thing they say. Of course, I'm going to hear about it later that you didn't listen. But
Mm-hmm.
I can tune out because I'm pretty focused. And I don't know. I think as I get older, I'm more focused. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe the magnitude of things just change as you get older. I'm not sure,
I
but
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know if that comes out right or it sounds right, but
No, I get it. I
better than.
think we are better at filtering what is a priority.
Yeah,
And so we can tune out those things that are not important, again, because we have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. So what needs to be focused on? It makes us more hyper focused. I
yeah,
do.
yeah. And guys are guys. My wife will say, "I told you 10 times where we're going for dinner. What are we cooking?" And we all know that stuff because we're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's just certain things you can hone in on, or
Right.
I do. As just better. I've gotten better at things as I've gotten older.
Good
So
for you.
anyway,
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You tell the best stories. You give the best analogies. I so appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for your time, Scott. I hope someday in the future I can call on you to maybe come back
Sure.
and give us more pearls of wisdom.
Love it.
Thanks.
I love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Scott.